Alright, hello, Simman1495 back for part 2 of my video game consoles and handhelds show off walkthrough thingy. Well, I don't know what I'm going to call this yet. I'll think of something though. But for the consoles today, I'm going to start off with the original. The one that saved video games pretty much, for the most part, after the crash in 1980 something. 80, I can't remember the exact year. In the 80s, but it's a Nintendo Entertainment System, which, as you see, does not have the power cord or AC or AV cords, because I do not have them. AV cords are really easy to find. Actually, I do have some of those, but I don't have the right AC adapter, nor do I have a game, or I have controllers, which I actually should go get real quick. So, actually, let's zoom out and look at over here. PlayStation 2 controller. I forgot. I know this is wrong, but oh well. What are you gonna do? Sorry, but I might as well show off some. Actually, I came over here. I'll say I came over here to show off some cases of the games. Like, here's the case to that. Here's the case to this. Actually, I got this game on launch, which usually I don't get games on launch because I'm just not that lucky. But I got this game on launch, and Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Did I get that on launch? I got it like a day or two after launch. I got Mario Kart 7 for Christmas that year it came out. I got this game on launch too, which is actually surprising. Those two games, and the rest of the games are just would have been Ocarina of Time and stuff, which I didn't get on launch though. This is AV Rider, which I don't have anymore because I got taken back with the PSP that I actually got with. For myself, which actually I forgot to mention, but the PSP I actually got for free from a cousin. So yes, I bought Jak and Daxter. She had 3 games for it already, and it was Burnout Legends and Tony Hawk Underground and that NBA one over there. I also bought Ben 10 something, Protector of the Universe, which is a really good game. Try it out, seriously, on PSP, PS, I think 2 or something, whatever it came out of. There's a Comedy Case, which I got for 18 bucks at used at a GameStop in the mall, which I was really surprised because at eBay it's like $50, and I thought it was more rare than that, but apparently GameStop thinks a used copy is $18 with the case and manual. New Super Mario Brothers, which actually is a blank case, but the thing is, I printed it out from the internet, this picture, and I just put it in here. That's kind of a crafty thing that you'll see in some games later on, which, spoilers, is going to be GameCube here. But here's Phantom Hourglass, which I got for, I think it was 20 bucks there at GameStop. Was that? Oh yeah, I think that's pre-owned, which is pretty cool. Whew. Breathe, man. Mario and Luigi Bowser Inside Story, which was like $32 at like a Walmart. Super Mario 64 DS, which was, when I got this one, I think it was like 50 something bucks, sadly. And I actually got this one for 30 bucks, brand new, at GameStop. And they're like, "Oh, do you want a used copy? We got a few bucks cheaper." I'm like, nah, I want that. And here's what it would have been, Partners in Time, but my mom has it as work. She had it there for a while, for something a long time ago I did, but she should return them now, but they haven't been returned yet. So, I actually, Super Mario 64 DS was one of those games, but I was like fed up with waiting, because it's just like, man, I miss that game so much, so I'm glad I bought it. But, so it's her fault. We had to waste more money on that. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so, yeah, and there's a 3DS XL case over there, so, yeah. See, so there was good reason for me going over there, right? Right, let's say that. Anyway. I'll go ahead and plug it in. Just because I like all the controllers plugged in at the moment. And, yep, here it is. I actually have 2 of these, but the second controller is, so I don't know where it is. So, this is the only one, which is all we need right now, and no game. So, I'm sad it doesn't have a game, because I would love to play Super Mario Brothers. even though and I don't even know if it freaking works. So I mean, I haven't, because I can't test it because it doesn't have a game, and if it doesn't have a game, it doesn't have anything. But sometimes I actually found an AC adapter that kind of worked, that plugged into it, but I turned it on, and like it goes solid, but then it blinks and it's like weird. There's a reset button, and yeah, that's basically your NES, which is awesome, and the Super Nintendo just made it more awesome. But I don't have one, which is, I'm really sad. I really want one too. Well, I don't really want one, but I mean, I don't really want one. Like, oh, give me for that for Christmas. But I want. That's never mind. You know, I think everyone knows what I mean. Next, we're just gonna go down the line and go over to my dad's PSP. You're an idiot. PS3, which I use for. Well, we'll get into the games later, but I use it for the Family Guy video game, and I play Uncharted 3. And, well, the Uncharted series, which out of all three of them, actually four, because there's one for the PS Vita, which is a prequel, but I don't have a Vita, I don't have that game either, but I've seen a Let's Play from it anyway, and I gotta say, number 2, Uncharted 2, what is it called? I forget what it's called, but Uncharted 2, there's like a thing for it. Like Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception, and Uncharted 1, Uncharted, Drake's Fortune, and then there's Uncharted 2, and I cannot for the life of me remember the actual name, the rest of the name. So either way, Uncharted 2 is my favorite, has the most creative and fun, hardest, one of the harder final bosses, which actually I only beat through a glitch we found. And yeah, I really love that game. I like the Family Guy game for the PlayStation 3 as well. This is the newest model that you can get out as of today, which is either August 9th or August 10th of 2013. I don't know, because I don't know if it's midnight, has passed midnight yet, because I haven't checked, so I'm sorry. I can't know for sure, but either way, yeah. So it's the newest model, which for some reason, new models like this, like even the new model of the Wii, gets rid of backwards compatibility with their previous console. Like this was backwards compatible with PlayStation 2, and I think for a time, really early versions was backwards compatible with original PlayStation games. But don't quote me on that, because I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, it might have been, but all I know is it was definitely PlayStation 2 compatible, which I think all models can do everything the new models can, so I don't know why backwards compatibility is taken out, especially with the Wii, which I heard was taken out, which is really freaking odd and really kind of disappointing and stupid, especially since this thing is just the same, like this thing is like the exact same size of the original PlayStation 3. It's just a little smaller. Like this thing is freaking gigantic. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Like at least with the PlayStation 2, it was a nice slim one and it was still backwards compatible. But this is just basically the same size, except it does this. Shocker. If you heard that, that was my hand going against my face being like shocker, with a freaking shocked face. Anyway, then I have the two controllers here, which is a wireless controller, which I lost the charger for because I'm stupid like that sometimes. And then I have this controller from Rock Candy. They're very nice. The controllers are very nice. The control sticks are actually really close together, which is actually probably the biggest problem with the controller. And really the only problem with the controller. The rest is fine. Yeah. The D-pad's nice here. Everything's just nice. The trigger buttons are fine. Even though I personally, I don't really prefer having to push my finger all the way down with that trigger. It's just, that trigger's just less comfortable. And just to let everyone know before we move on, no, I do not have any Xbox. No, neither have I ever had one, or do I ever really want one, except maybe an original Xbox, so I like a couple games on there. Otherwise, I'm not interested. So, commence getting mad. Anyway, go ahead and get mad. I don't care. I don't read comments. And if I do, well, I ignore them. So it's really, if you leave that comment, that says fuck you and fuck you. No, I don't. I mean, it's like, who cares? Like, the comment's a comment. It's like, ooh, you're typing words. Anyway, that's the thing I don't understand about certain things. Is like cyberbullying, you know? It's like, unless it goes out to a lot of people, and if it's just you that's reading stuff, it's just words that are typed. Like, hearing words are way more effective than actually reading words. I mean, really, to be honest. I mean, I guess, I mean, I understand, but it's just like, especially, like, I don't know, just, never mind. That's stupid. I don't even need to talk about stupid stuff like that, but, next we're gonna go on the line, and, I am one of the 5 people in the world that actually has a Wii U. Yes. No, I'm just kidding. Plenty of people have a Wii U. Not as many people that has PlayStation 3 or stuff, or like Xbox 360, and stuff, or even a Wii, really, which I heard the Wii is actually outselling the Wii U, which is really sad, and I'm actually kind of sad, because the Wii U, I mean, I understand why, because it doesn't have any games, and really, that's really the only big problem with it, except for the gamepads, which I'll show the gamepad in a separate little section, because I like that. But I'm really sad that it's failing, because I really, really like the Wii U, and it totally has tons of potential, especially when I show you the Wii U gamepad. It has plenty of potential, and it has 2 USB ports here and an SD card slot, which is also used for the Wii, and also in the back, which I don't want to show because I don't like picking it up, because it does this with the disc, which, unlike the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation, unlike the Xbox 360 and I think original Xbox too, it doesn't scratch up your disc if you move your system when it's on. So, which I don't understand why people don't complain about that way more. Like I don't see more videos on. Oh wow, that is really nice and mirrory. I'll tell you that. I like the mirror effect on the discs. I'll tell you. Anyway. I like checking if the discs are okay, because it worries me. I don't like that sound, even though I know they have an actual card on it and it won't fuck up your discs. Sorry for the F words back there, for anyone that's doesn't like that type of stuff, especially in a simple video like this. You know, I don't like doing that type of stuff, but I don't know. That's what happens when you just do mini rants. Anyway, so that's the Wii U. It's very nice. I like it. It's like slick. And I got the Wii U Deluxe, which is $350, and it comes with a free title, which is Nintendo Land, which is a really good game. Is it worth the $60? No. It's probably only worth $50 or $40 to $50, personally, in my opinion. But if you get it for free with this, it's awesome. And actually, I might as well take a look at some of the accessories right now. These are the 2 stands for the Wii U that comes with only the Wii U Deluxe set at the moment. And basically, what you do is very simple. It's just basically if you want it to look like a Wii and stand up like your Wii, because you know, maybe let's say you're a Wii person and you liked how the original Wii model of the Wii stood up. And it could just fit in a bookshelf like a book or something, you know, or like a shelf like a book. Well, this pretty much answers your question, except it is a little, I don't know, it could be a little awkward, but you know what? It fixes it for the most. It fixes your little problem that you might have for the most part. Oh, I hate that sound, even though I know it doesn't really hurt the disc too much, or at all, really, unless you do it probably a little dramatically, but you just pop it on, really simple. I can do it with one hand. That's how freaking simple it is, man. Ugh, I hate that sound, even though it doesn't do anything to the discs. It just makes me worry. Yeah, anyway, so, and then, and then it restarts. Oh, God, I hate that sound, man. Oh, God, dude. Anyway, and then you stand it up, which I never use, because I don't, whatever way you're supposed to put up a system like that, I'm guessing you put it like that, and that, I guess you put it like that. I like to put it like that, because I don't like all this fancy crap. But anyway, it basically makes it a Wii, to be honest, except, you know, different, and it just looks really weird actually. And yeah, that's basically it, you know. And the cool thing about the Wii U is, well, could you do that with the Wii? I think you can. Like when you're doing, I think you can eject the disc on the Wii without it being a big deal. Like if you're doing something else. But it really stands out to me in the Wii U because you do way more than you can do on the Wii, to be honest, really. And yeah, you can just eject and reject. The thing about the Wii and the Wii U though, and most consoles out there now, except like PlayStation 3, GameCube, PlayStation 2 original game, PlayStation, and some models of, I think actually the Xbox doesn't need it, but either way, is that you have to have these things plugged in in order to eject, put in a disc, whatever, take out and put in a disc, which is extremely annoying, and that's why I like, nice segue, the GameCube, which I have the silver one with the Pokemon XD, which actually I really would like another GameCube because I don't hate Pokemon, but I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, I played a little bit of the game. It's just not me. I'm sorry, but I just don't like Pokemon that much. So I mean, it's okay. I kind of like the show. I used to like it, but I never got into the games. And really, if I have a GameCube, I don't want to see freaking Pokemon in it. I really don't mind, actually. It's not the biggest deal, but it's just one of those things. Which actually, I have Mario Party 7 in here, which I don't play that much because it gets a little, I don't know, after time you just get bored with certain games. You know what I mean, right? Right. Anyway, so I wrote on this too, which I hate when I hate the things that you'll see later that I've written on. It's just stupid. I was being a dumbass. So anyway, but for the GameCube, instead of like most consoles, well, basically every console after the GameCube, yeah, after that generation basically had internal memory. But yeah, so you have memory cards, which this was actually, I think this is the first model. Well, no, it's not, but it came with Super Mario Sunshine when you got the bundle in 2002, which is what I originally thought the GameCube came out, because that's when I got one, but it actually came out in 2001. I also have another. You're an idiot, dude. You're stupid. I have another one here too. I actually have another one right here, which is chewed on by a dog, but this is like the main one, the one I kind of like the most. And this is probably the oldest one I've had. But either way, that's the GameCube. You know, it has the GameCube controller, which is reckoned to be one of the best controllers in the world, from what I've heard from people. And in my opinion, I gotta say, it's just comfortable. I like it. But the only beef I have with it is the L and R buttons. As probably the only thing really actually wrong with this system, besides from the kitty look with the small and different size joysticks and the different colorfulness, which I really don't mind. I kind of like it, to be honest, but you know, I understand the more mature stuff, which actually, now that I think about it, I kind of like that more, but this is fine. The Z button's kind of bad. It's not the best. And I keep hearing noises. I hate it. Just people in the house are sleeping or bumping, and I don't know. Anyway, yeah, the L and R you usually have to press all the way down. Either way, it's just, yeah, the L and R buttons are kind of suck. I really don't like them, and I mean, they're cool because certain games like Super Mario Sunshine, when you squirt FLUDD, you squirt them a little bit, you can run around, or you do fully press, which now would probably be like running around and then press down on the control stick, and then, you know, or something, which would be actually kind of cool. But either way, that's how the L and R buttons work back on the GameCube, and I think that's the only thing ever to do that type of thing, which is kind of cool. It's a cool thing for its time, and it works for the GameCube, but really, if I just want to relax and play, I don't think of pressing an LR buttons like this. Yeah, that's all I have to say. So next, the PlayStation 2 Slim. I've never had the original model. I've only had this model from what I can remember, and it's probably the best model to get, obviously, because it's really tiny. It's really small and slim, especially compared to the first model, which is from what I've seen, especially when I see them side by side, is freaking humongous. It's like PlayStation 3. I'm sorry, but the PlayStation 3 is probably bigger. I'm sorry. Anyway, that's my thing about the PlayStation 3. It's just gigantic. Power button, of course. The eject button, which I have Shadow of the Colossus 2. I almost said 2 because it's PlayStation 2. But no, just Shadow of the Colossus, which there should be a 2 of this game. This game is freaking epic and awesome. I mean, even though it's a little different, it's mainly you just go around fighting a bunch of things, but the thing is finding them in the environment and the world in this game is so good. Sorry, the game's just really good, great, really good story, and it's just different and it's nice. Here's the controller, which I hate this square and circle colors. To be really, yeah, to be completely honest, the square and circle could go go fall off a cliff, because I don't like the square's color. I'm not because I hate pink or nothing like that. It's just I don't know. I just wish it was a different color, but it doesn't. It's just a little thing I have. That's just me. My opinion. Don't hurt me for it. I personally like the two buttons instead of the trigger back here, because really the trigger on the PlayStation 3 it doesn't work. I mean, to be honest, the Xbox 360 has a really great trigger, and well, that's it. Seriously. Anyway, I guess that's all. Also, PlayStation 2, like every other, basically the original Xbox, the GameCube, and the PlayStation 2 in that generation used memory cards, and this was an 8 megabyte one, which actually that is really small, but it worked for back then. Anyway, next we're clocking in at the Nintendo 64, which is, man, I like it. What can you say? How do you not like this thing? Why? Here's how. You don't like Nintendo. That's the only reason. There you go. You can't think anything else, especially for its time. Like, oh my goodness. And well, anyway, let's get in depth. Let's see. So it has I have the expansion pack in here, actually, which the original memory card, I should probably have it with me. I have it in a drawer, but I don't want to get up again and follow you to the closet, because that's just no cool. But it just basically took the red thing off, and then there you go. This red thing was required for only like 3 games, I believe it was, and that's Donkey Kong 64, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, and I think that's the only 2 games. But there might be a third one. I think there was a third one. I think maybe it was Conker's Bad Fur Day. Man, what the hell? Weren't there 3? Is it like Mario Party or something? It's either 3 or 2. But the 2 I can think of is those. And that's basically it, which is kind of sad. And I guess it just expand on memory and let it do more things, which I don't know exactly what it does, but it does stuff. The game I have in it, which I said, well, we'll get into games later, but of course we have one of the most famous games in the history of gaming, Super Mario 64, and of course this game introduced the analog stick, which is from what I've heard on my internet browsings. So I'm pretty sure it's true. I don't know, maybe I'm not. but the PlayStation did not because it had a D-pad at the first, but then it upgraded to double sticks, which is interesting. But I think, yeah, basically, I'm pretty sure this game introduced the analog stick, from what I've heard and all. And that is really amazing. And every game ever made, you have to tip your hat to this game. Seriously, everyone should like this game. To be honest, like, this should be like the one game that everyone in the world plays, no matter who you are. Well, okay, well, I'm not. Never mind. So it is good, but I mean, jeez, don't overpraise the damn thing. And also in the back of the controller, I have this controller pack, which I really don't know what the controller pack does, except for actually hold save data for Toy Story 2. And that's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. Actually, that's the only thing I can think of at all. But I'm pretty sure there's definitely more for it. But I know for a fact there's more for it. But sorry, my finger. But yeah. Anyway, it has 4 C buttons instead of a C stick like the GameCube. Whoops! If it went into portrait, I'm so sorry. That sucks. That was annoying. Let's try that again. Anyway. Big start button, A and B, L and R, Z, which is a new button, which is awesome, and the control stick, of course, which is not the best control stick, but you know what? For introducing a control stick, it's good. And the GameCube probably actually has the best control stick. Well, actually, no, it doesn't. Second best. I'll tell you what the best is later. But yeah, so yeah, the 64, I love it. And another thing I really like about it is, I like the power switch and the reset button, which I've actually noticed after the Wii, which is next, they've gotten rid of reset buttons. Like, reset buttons are not present anymore, which is weird, but I don't care. Anyway, so that brings, I also like this thing, I like the big block on your system and then a long cord instead of like a block, but like a thin thing, but then a block somewhere else, because it's really just inconvenient. I really wish they'd go back to that. My personal opinion. Anyway, that leads us to the Wii, which is awesome. It's really cool. It introduced motion controls to the world. Wait, did it? Where were they first? Motion controls. Think. Hold on. Think. Because like sometimes there's like these other places that had motion controls before that, but I'm pretty sure. Well, these were the ones that made it the best. Pretty much the best, actually. I don't care what you say. My personal opinion. So, either introduced it or made it the best. Right here, and it was backwards. The early models, which I think up until 2010, I think it was. I don't know, maybe 2011. It was backward. Every Wii was backwards compatible with GameCube games, which you can see. You can have a GameCube controller here and memory card A and B, which the B doesn't work for me on this Wii. That's a little different. I don't know. It's just broken for some reason. But the A works, which is all you need, and the B slot really is never, ever used, or even an option, except for like in Mario Party 4, and that's the game I can think of. But otherwise, it's A. So, and really, that's all you freaking need, really. And B is kind of, I don't know, 2 memory card slots is actually really useless. I don't know why that's there. But I don't want to cut this into 3 parts, so we're gonna speed this up. So anyway, this is the Wii remote with A, B, A, and B, which A and B has been on every Nintendo console ever, and that does not mean the Wii's excluded, which is actually really cool, and I hope that keeps going on everything, because it's on every handheld they've ever produced, every console they've ever produced, and yeah, the A and B live on forever. 1 and 2, which I don't know why it's 1 and 2, but it works, I don't care. Plus and minus instead of start and select, which actually in the Wii U gamepad are labeled start and select because that's what they are. And then the home button to go to a home menu, which is where the home menu for Which one came out first? 2006 versus... Either way, at least for Nintendo. Which is on everything else after this. For Nintendo, at least. And it also has a power button, so you can turn it on and off through your Wii remote, which I think is really cool at the time when I first got it and wasn't knowledgeable of all these other craps. I have the red sleeve on the one. It doesn't have the Wii Motion Plus included inside, or I don't have one that you put in, but I do have one otherwhere. This is a nunchuck that's in a little rough condition, but it still has, it's really good. It still works and it's nice. It has the Z button, which is a pretty popular button since the 64. And to be honest, actually, let's think. After the 64, let's see, the GameCube had a Z button. Right here, the 64 had it on the back right there, and the Wii had it on the nunchuck. And speaking of which, but wait, hold on. Before, it also has SD card slot and the sync button, and behind it actually has two USBs and all the audio crap. And here's the disc, which you also have to plug in, and you can also put this thing. This is a stand so it doesn't tip over as easy. There's also a glass thing you put on, but I don't care. You can also put it outside to make it look like a newer model Wii or a Wii U, and whatever's comfortable for you, which is a really nice thing about Nintendo consoles. Which, I mean, Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 can go on their sides and crap too, but they're just not as slim and easy to work around your areas as the Wii. And anyway, back to the Z button. It's on the Wii here. And now it's on the Wii U gamepad in the form of two ZL and ZR buttons. So the Z button has lived on ever since the 64. And so but real quick before we talk about the gamepad, we're going to talk about the Wii U Classic Controller Pro. I do not have a Classic Controller regular because I don't care for it, and I think this is like when I got this like last year, and I think this is literally the only version they sell in stores anymore, because why not? And because it's $20, and what possibly could the white one be now? Ow, man, my legs are killing me. Oh, hold on, sorry, I have to lay down. Oh goodness, my legs. Oh, ouch. Ooh. Whoa, I lost control of my foot. Oh, whoa. I've never had that happen before. That is wild. I literally just lost control of one of my foot. It was shaking, you know. Or it was like twitching. I was trying to bend it up, and it would not go. It was absolutely out of my control. It wasn't moving at all, and I literally got a little tad bit concerned. But then some more blood flowed into it, and I feel better. So, wow, that is the longest I've ever been on my knees or on my legs like that. Wow, that is amazing. Or that's not amazing, but that's what it feels like not to be able to control something. Wow, that's just... Man, that's a trip. Right here, right now, I cannot believe it. Wow. That much blood got cut off. Wow. Anyway, sorry. That's just, wow, I never had that before. Not being able to control a muscle, or anything, a foot like that or nothing. Anyway, so anyway, after I just had a mind-blowing experience. Anyway, so again, but yeah, it has the Classic Controller Pro, which the only difference between this and the regular, I think, is these two buttons here for Xenoblade and a couple other games that use Smash Brothers or something, which actually Brawl is my favorite because I don't see why Melee is so popular. Which I like Melee; it's awesome. Basically, they get better every year they come out. To be honest. Yes, hate me for that. I hope so. Go ahead. Anyway, so to quicken it up, A, B, X, Y, They're lowercase letters for some reason. Plus, or start and select. See, start and select. That's what they are. Home button. 2 analog sticks, which is like weird, but well, actually no, I like it. 2 analog sticks, and the D-pad's up here, which is really uncomfortable for when you need to use the control stick, because basically this is PlayStation. By the way, this is kind of sad, but it's more comfortable on PlayStation to have these like this, and it's just weird, especially when you need to use these buttons for Virtual Console games, and use them for Virtual Console games, and don't forget and Smash Brothers and certain games that use it. And yeah, I liked it. I like it, and Mario Kart Wii and stuff. So anyway, that's that accessory. So now onto the Wii gamepad, which I'm going to show you some Crestias off, and this is going to be maybe a full 47-minute video, so sorry. Who cares? Anyway. Oh man, I'm going to have to split this into 3 parts. Wow. Yeah, all the games I have to show off are going to have to be in a whole separate part themselves. I cannot believe this is taking that long. But anyway, so the Wii U gamepad is a very nice gamepad, which obviously I'm on the internet browser right now, which you can go watch YouTube, which is way better. By the way, everyone out there, before we move on, everyone out there, message. The YouTube app for the Wii U frickin' sucks. You can get it and stuff, it's cool and all. I mean, it works a little bit, but it just sucks. You cannot barely do anything. But if you go on the internet browser, I mean, yes, you don't have ads on the YouTube app for the Wii U, but if you go on the internet browser, you just have to pretty much sit through 5 seconds every time you load a video, most videos, and skip them, which is kind of sad and disappointing, really. Whoops, to be honest, but you know, it's worth it. You can do so much more stuff on the internet browser, YouTube, as well as watch it off on the gamepad, which the gamepad is just amazing. You can play a lot of games, most games that are out for it, just on the gamepad itself. Like you can go. Personally, for me, I have 2 floors, and like I can have this in my like in the living room, and like they can watch Netflix or something, I guess. I think they probably do that, yeah. Like on the Wii, because this is also backwards compatible with the Wii games, and it has a Wii menu screen. And I can go up here and like play New Super Mario Brothers U, which is awesome, which is really fun, and it's just amazing, you know. I can watch YouTube on the gamepad, but you can't do that with the YouTube app, which is extremely weird. You can also watch on the TV. Plus, you have curtains. It's just so much more nice to watch YouTube on here. Another thing it has is double analog sticks, unlike the Wii, but the Wii actually used your hand as a double analog stick, which is cool. And yeah, just analog sticks. They work. They're nice, and they got rid of that damn 8-directional, freaking 8-direction thing where it's like that. I don't know why they did that. I mean, it's kind of nice, but it's also really, after the Nintendo 64 and even after the 64, really, it makes sense for it to be on the 64, but after that, the GameCube and all after that should have been like the Wii U, really, where it's all this. Like every other console like did it, like the PlayStation 1, the newer PlayStation 1, and then the PlayStation 2, the Xbox 360. They didn't have that stupid crap. That's a Nintendo thing. I don't know why exactly they did do that, but now they finally caught up with the rest of the fucking world, which I like. I really, really, really prefer that for both analog sticks. It has A, B, X, Y, typical SNES. Oh, that sounds dumb. Start, select, which is basically carried over from the Wii as plus and minus. Which is okay. The home button, which is pretty cool. And the TV button, which is because it's a universal TV remote, which is awesome, man. That's awesome. The only downside about the TV remote is, if you look here, it doesn't have a mute button, which I hate. I like the mute button. I wish that would get. I hope that gets added on. And it has a power button, so you can control the power of your Wii U from your controller. And that's awesome, because guess what? You don't have to bend over and press power on your system, just like the Wii. It has a D-pad, which the thing with this D-pad especially, and this D-pad, is that it leans more towards the right, and like the left is really weird, and it's just really annoying. But I mean, otherwise it's nice. ZL, ZR, L and R, which actually the L and R buttons are really uncomfortable to press when you're using this because it's so damn big. But the ZL and ZR buttons are extremely comfortable. And real quickly, that's basically. Oh yeah, it's also a touchscreen with a stylus. You see there, like a stylus. I'll pull it out actually real quick. Yep, stylus. It's not a passive touchscreen. It is a resistant one, which I prefer. Oh, that. What the? Hold on. Okay, sorry if it went into portrait there. I had something on my arm and it was bugging me. And I actually prefer that for more accuracy. And it also has a camera there, which is used for like one thing, or one or two things so far, which is really disappointing how you can't take pictures with it. I really would like to take some pictures with it. This also has this thing, which actually will be used in Pokemon Rumble, which I will not use, which I will not buy or play or use, but basically you put it on there and it brings it in, kind of like Skylander style, but only now you do it from your controller, which is freaking awesome, man. I mean, that looks, I mean, even though I'm not going to get that game, that looks really cool, like a freaking amazing. And when people use it, they're going to be, I think people are going to be kind of cooled out by it. They're going to like that. And it has speakers, of course. It has a headphone jack, which is really weird to have on a controller, but obviously because it's more than a controller at this point. Like, for really, it's like a freaking tablet, and it's bigger than some tablets, and it just does all this stuff, and it's really, the controller is more than a controller. Even though the battery life is only like about 3 hours, and you have to charge it for a little longer than that, which is really extremely annoying, no matter what you're doing, really, when you're playing it. That's extremely annoying, so you have to charge it, and there's the charger port. But anyway, there's volume control too, which is cool. So anyway, putting that aside, the cradle only comes with the Nintendo Wii U Deluxe set, which I got for $350, and that's what they go for. That's what the price is, basically, and there's the box right there. The basic set, which is white, is $300, and it's basically just basic 8 gigabytes, and this is 32 gigabytes, which really, I want to complain about this real quick. The 32, are you serious? That is not enough gigabytes. Have you seen how many gigabytes games like Lego City Uncover, or like freaking, like a New Super Mario Bros. U even, is like a ridiculous amount of gigabytes, and that basically makes you go buy some USB storage crap, and basically have to plug it in your Wii, which is like basically back to memory cards. So that's extremely disappointing how it's only 32, and they could really have benefited from like 500, like these other freaking companies give out. Whew. Anyway, a little rant on that. So that's the charging cradle, which is amazing, really useful. This is also a stand that comes with the Wii U Deluxe set, and actually it's not for the Wii U or nothing. It's actually just for the controller, which I really don't see how it works, but I don't like it. It's cool and all. I don't use it at all, so it just lies around. But I don't want to lose it because I'm becoming more of a collector as years go by. So yeah, anything else I can say about the Wii U gamepad? No. So I guess that's basically it. Yeah. So this is all for this video. So this is going to have to be 3 parts. So in the next and final part, which it's going to be the final part, okay? We're going to look at all the games, all the games I have for these systems at the moment, and I'll talk about my growing collection, and that's it. Yeah. But to leave you off, I'll show you that thing I got off of Club Nintendo. Goodbye. Oh, by the way, here's me juggling with the curtains on the internet browser, which is a cool little feature with the internet browser. You press X to put curtains in. They come in a bunch of different colors, and then your user meat that you're using comes up in front of the curtains and does some magic tricks. And yeah, anyway, goodbye.